Good morning, students. Today I will give some more problems related to determinants, evaluation of the determinants. Next problem. If delta equal to a plus b, a plus 2b, a plus 2b, a plus b, a plus b, a plus 2b, a. Then delta equal to, the options are 9b square into a plus b, 9a square into a plus b, 9 into a plus b whole cube, 9ab into a plus b. Once you observed this determinant delta, the first row consists of the elements a plus b, a plus 2b. The same elements are rearranged in R2 and R3. The same elements are rearranged in R2 and R3. That should be observed here. So in such case, to evaluate this determinant, adding the elements either in column wise or row wise. That means taking C1 goes to C1 plus C2 plus C3. I am taking column wise transformation. Then delta equal to, delta becomes determinant of a plus b plus a plus 2b. That means 3a plus 3. Similarly here we get 3a plus 3 because same elements we are adding. Here is also 3a plus 3. The first two column becomes 3a plus 3b, 3a plus 3b, 3a plus b. And the other two columns are a plus b, a plus 2b, a plus 2b, a plus b, a. So this is, once you take common of 3a plus 3b from the column 1, taking common 3 into a plus b from C1, column 1, we get 3 into a plus b into 1, 1, 1. This is a plus b. This is a plus 2. A plus b. A plus 2b. Now make these two positions 0 by taking row transformations. Taking R2 as R2 minus R1 and R3 as R3 minus R1. Keeping the first row fixed, I am taking the transformations as over R2 and R3 as R2 minus R1 and R3 minus R1. So that we get 1 a plus b here, a plus 2b. Coming to R2, 1 minus 1, 0. A minus b. That gives us minus b here. A plus b minus a minus 2b. That gives us minus b. Similarly, R3 minus R1. R3 minus R1 is 0. A plus 2b minus a minus b. That gives us b here. A minus 2b. That gives us minus 2. Now evaluate, expanding the determinant about first column. Expanding the determinant about first column. We get 1 into determinant of minus b, b minus 2. So that because the other two elements are zeros, the values are zeros. So we get only this 2 by 2 determinant. Now on evaluating this determinant we get 2b square. Of course here this is thrice to that of a plus b, follows here. Thrice to that of a plus b here also follows. Thrice to that of a plus b multiplied by the determinant means 2b square plus b square. 3b square into 3, 9b square into a plus. This is the value of delta. This is the value of the determinant. Hence, the first option is the right option. Next one. Next problem. If delta equal to 1 sin theta 1 minus sin theta 1 sin theta minus 1 minus sin theta 1, then delta lies in the interval dash. Delta lies in the interval in which interval delta lies? That is the question here. Once you evaluate the determinant delta, the interval in which delta lies. For that, evaluate the determinant at first. Delta equal to 1 sin theta 1 minus sin theta 1 sin theta minus 1 minus sin theta 1. Straight away you evaluate the determinant. Otherwise you make a certain number of elements 0 and then you can expand the determinant. For that, to simplify our simplification, adding R3, suppose R3 goes to R3 plus R1, R3 goes to R3 plus R1, the determinant becomes 1 sin theta and 1 minus sin theta 1 sin theta. Adding these two, minus 1 plus 1 0, minus sin theta plus sin theta 0, 1 plus 1 2. Expanding the determinant about third row. Now expanding determinant about third row R3. You can evaluate the determinant or you can expand the determinant about any column or any row. Hence, because maximum number of elements in the third row are zeros, I am expanding the determinant about third row. Once you expand the determinant about third row, we get delta equal to twice to that of 2 into, because these two elements influence is 0 on the determined value, hence 2 into, eliminating this row and column, the remaining 2 by 2 determinant. That is 1 sin theta minus sin theta 1. That gives us 2 into 1 plus sin square theta. 1 plus sin square theta. This is 2 plus 2 sin square theta. 2 sin square theta. 2 sin square theta may be written as 1 minus cos 2 theta. 1 minus cos 2 theta. Since cos 2 theta equal to cos square theta minus sin square theta. And 1 plus cos 2 theta is 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 sin square theta, because 1 is cos square theta plus sin square theta. Hence 2 sin square theta by trigonometric results you can write 1 minus cos 2 theta, that is 3 minus cos 2 theta, that is delta. Now the interval in which delta lies, that is our question. Now cos 2 theta lies between minus 1 and 1 always. Cos value always lies between minus 1 and 1. So hence minus cos 2 theta also lies between minus 1 and 1. Adding 3. 3 minus 1 is less than or equal to 3 minus cos 2 theta is less than or equal to 3 plus 1. Therefore 2 is less than or equal to, delta is less than or equal to 4. Therefore, delta belongs to the interval, closed interval 2, 4. The value of the determinant lies between 2 and 4. It belongs to the interval 2 and 4, closed interval 2 and 4. That is our problem. ज़रा आप मिल लीजिए. Z n into 3n minus 1 by 2. Start చేసారా? Let delta r equal to the determinant or x n into n minus 1 by 2, 2r minus 1 y n square, 3r minus 2 z n into 3n minus 1 by 2. Now you have to find sigma r equal to 1 to n delta r. Summation over the determinant. Now sigma r equal to 1 to n delta r. Here the summation is over r. The summation is over r. So apply the summation to the elements involved or to the row involved or column involved in r. The summation is applicable only to the elements involved r. So here the first column elements are involved r. Hence the summation is applicable to that column only. Sigma r equal to 1 to n r. Sigma r equal to 1 to n 2r minus 1. Sigma r equal to 1 to n 3r minus 2. The remaining elements are not affected by the summation because they are independent of, that elements are independent of r. Hence the summation is only applicable to the column 1 here, because only the column 1 elements are depending on r. The summation, since the summation is over r, you have to apply summation to the first column. Now evaluate these values separately. Now sigma r equal to 1 to n r value. sigma r equal to 1 to n r value. Once expanding the summation, we get 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to n. For r equal to 1, we get 1. For r equal to 2, 2. For r equal to 3, 3. Like that. 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n. That is nothing but the sum of the first n natural numbers. The sum of the first n natural numbers is given by n into n minus 1 by 2. The sum of the first n natural numbers is given by n into n minus 1. Taking n equal to, n into n plus 1 by 2. N into n plus 1 by 2. Sum of the first natural numbers is given by n into n plus 1 by 2. Similarly, sigma r equal to 1 to n 2r minus 1 value. For r equal to 1, we get 1. For r equal to 2, 3. For r equal to 3, we get 5. And so on to n minus 1. Clearly, which are in AP? A equal to 1. And common difference D is 3 minus 1, 2. 5 minus 3, 2. Since they are in AP having initial term as 1 and common difference 2. Sum of n terms of AP. Sum of n terms of AP is n by 2. 2a, 2 into 1 plus n minus 1 into d. That is n by 2 into 2 plus 2 into n minus 1, which gives us on simplification n square. Similarly, sigma r equal to 1 to n 3r minus 2 value, the third element. For r equal to 1 to n, sigma r equal to 1 to n 3r minus 2 is, for r equal to 1, we get 1. For r equal to 2, 6 minus 4. For r equal to 3, 9 minus 2, 7. For r equal to 4, 12 minus 2, 9. These are also in AP. Up to n terms, 3n minus 2. So here a is 1 and d equal to 3. Sum of n terms of AP having initial term 1 and whose common difference is 3. That means n by 2 into 2a. 2 into 1 plus n minus 1 into d. That is n by 2 into 2 plus 3n minus 3, which is n into 3n minus 1 by 2. Take this element as plus. This is plus. In the problem, take this element as n into n plus 1 by 2. N into n plus 1 by 2. Right. Now, sigma r equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. And sigma r equal to 1 to n, 2r minus 1 is n square. Sigma r equal to 1 to n, 3r minus 2 is n into 3n minus 1 by 2. It becomes n into n plus 1 by 2. It becomes n square. It becomes n into 3n minus 1 by 2. So that the first column elements are equal to the third column elements. First column elements becomes the third column elements. So both the columns are equal. Hence the determinant value is 0. Hence the determinant value is 0. So that therefore sigma r equal to 1 to n delta r becomes the determinant of n into n plus 1 by 2 x n into n plus 1 by 2 n square y n square and n into 3n minus 1 by 2 z n into 3n minus 1 by 2. Here the two columns are equal. The two columns are equal columns. Hence the determinant value is 0. That is the way of applying the summation over a determinant. One more problem based on the same concept. If delta R is the determinant given by 2 power r minus 1, 2 into 3 power r minus 1, 4 into 5 power r minus 1. The second row elements are x, y, z. The third row elements are 2 power n minus 1, 3 power n minus 1, and 5 power n minus 1. Then find sigma r equal to 1 to n delta r. So, as if in the previous problem, let us apply the summation for r equal to 1 to n. That is sigma r equal to 1 to n 2 power r minus 1. Sigma r equal to 1 to n 2 into 3 power r minus 1. Sigma r equal to 1 to n 4 into 5 power r minus 1. The remaining two rows are similar because they are not depending on r. Hence, the summation is applicable only the elements involving r. Here only first row elements are involved r. The summation is applicable to those elements only. Now consider this value. Now sigma r equal to 1 to n 2 power r minus 1. Sigma r equal to 1 to n 2 power r minus 1 gives us for r equal to 1 2 power 0 1. For r equal to 2 for r equal to 2 square. Like that 2 power n minus 1. 2 power n minus 1. Which are in GP clearly. This is GP with a equal to 1 and common ratio r equal to 2. Common ratio r equal to 2. So the summation is sum of n terms. Sum of n terms of GP is a into 1 into r power n. R power n means 2 power n minus 1 by 2 minus 1. Since Sn of GP. Sn of GP equal to a into r power n minus 1 by r minus 1 for r greater than 1. The sum of n terms of GP is given by a into r power n minus 1 by r minus 1, which is clearly 2 power n minus 1. So this value is 2 power n minus 1. Similarly, go for this one. Sigma r equal to 1 to n twice to that of 3 power r minus 1 is 2 into sigma r equal to 1 to n 3 power r minus 1. This is 2 into 1 plus 3 square and so on 3 power n minus 1. This is also in JP. Instead of 2 here we have 3. So that we get 1 into 3 power n minus 1 by 3 minus 1. So 2 cancel. Hence 3 power n minus 1 is our value. This summation value. And find similarly sigma r equal to 1 to n 4 times to the of 5 power n minus 1 is 4 into 1 plus 5 square and so on until 5 power n minus 1. Instead of 2 and 3, here we have 5. So 1 into 5 power n minus 1 by 5 minus 1 is our summation. So this value cancel 5 power n minus 1. So it becomes 2 power n minus 1. It becomes 3 power n minus 1. It becomes 5 power n minus 1. So the required determinant delta sigma of delta r. Therefore, sigma r equal to 1 to n. Delta r becomes 2 power n minus 1, 3 power n minus 1, 5 power n minus 1, x, y, z. 2 power n minus 1, 3 power n minus 1, 5 power n minus 1. Hence these two rows are equal. Once either two rows or two columns are equal, then the determinant value becomes 0. Hence the required determinant value is 0. Another problem. If theta belongs to R, theta is real, then maximum value of delta, the determinant, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 plus sine theta, 1, and 1, 1, 1 plus cos theta is, once theta is real and delta is given as 3 by the determinant 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 plus sine theta 1, 1, 1, 1 plus cos theta. Then we have to find the maximum value of delta. Here delta is a function of theta here, that should be observed. Once you evaluate the determinant, we get a function in theta. So once delta is a function of theta, then you have to find the maximum value of delta, the determinant. For that, evaluate the determinant at first. 1, 1, 1. 1, 1 plus sine theta, 1. 1, 1, 1 plus cos theta. Apply transformations. Make these two terms 0. So for that, R2 goes to R2 minus R1. R3 goes to R3 minus R1. Now apply this transformation over rows. R2 minus R1, R3 minus R1. Now keeping the first row fixed. Taking R2 minus R1, we get 0. 1 plus sine theta minus 1 gives us sine theta. 1 minus 1 gives us 0. Similarly, R3 minus R1 is 0. 1 minus 1, 0. 1 plus cos theta minus 1, cos theta. Now, expanding the determinant about first column. Expanding the determinant about first column. We get determinant of sine theta 0, 0 cos theta, 0 cos theta. So delta becomes sine theta into cos theta minus 0, that is sine theta cos theta. Delta takes the value sine theta cos theta. Now multiply and divide with 2. Multiply and divide with 2. So that 2 sine theta cos theta by 2. But 2 sine theta cos theta is sine 2 theta. So delta may be equal to sine 2 theta by 2. But we know that sine 2 theta always lies between minus 1 and 1. That implies minus 1 by 2 is less than or equal to sine 2 theta by 2 is less than or equal to 1 by 2. Hence minus 1 by 2 is less than or equal to, the given delta is less than or equal to 1 by 2 because delta is sine 2 theta by 2. So delta lies between, the value of delta lies between minus 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. Therefore the maximum value of delta is 1 by 2. Therefore delta maximum value is 1 by 2. Delta minimum value, if necessary, delta minimum value is minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2. That is the problem. Next problem. If S equal to A plus B plus C, then the value of delta S plus C, A, B, C, S plus A, B, C, A, S plus is the given options of 2S square, SC cube, 2SC cube and 3SC cube. That means you have to find the determinant value in terms of S, where S is A plus B plus C. Now coming to the solution, let us consider the determinant delta. S plus C, A, B, C, S plus A, B, C, A, S plus B. Adding column wise, this is column 1, column 2, column 3. Add the elements column wise. Consider C1 goes to C1 plus C2 plus C3. C1 goes to C1 plus C2 plus C3 gives us S plus, we get A plus B plus C because A plus B plus C. Similarly, S plus A plus B plus C. Similarly, here is also we get A plus B plus C. The first column becomes S plus A plus B plus C. The remaining two columns are as it is, B, B, S plus. Now, taking S plus A plus B plus C as common from column 1, common from C1, we get S plus A plus B plus C into, the determinant becomes 1, 1, 1 here, A, S plus A, B, B, S plus, but S plus A plus B plus C is S. So S plus S, you can take S plus S. That gives us 2S into. Now apply row wise transformations. Make these two positions zeros. To make these two positions zeros, the transformations are R2 goes to R2 minus R1, R3 goes to R3 minus R1. Taking the transformations over this determinant, we get 1 A, B, 1 minus 1, 0, S plus A minus S, B minus B, 0, 1 minus 1, 0, A minus A, 0, S plus B minus B, yes. So that we get 2S into S, 0, 0, S by expanding the determinant about first column. So that we get 2S into S square by evaluation of these 2 by 2 determinant. Hence we get 2SC cube is our required value. So the right option is 2SC cube, C. If A equal to A, B, C, B, C, A, C, A, B, and B is given as BC minus A square, AC minus B square, AB minus C square, AC minus B square, AB minus C square, BC minus C square, A square, AB minus C square, BC minus A square, AC minus B square. A is given matrix and B is another matrix. Then det B. Then first one, det B value and A into B. Then find det B value and A into B also. Now coming to B, the matrix B. Clearly, these are all the cofactors of these elements. For example, if you consider this, cofactor of A, cofactor of the element in 1, 1 position, A is minus 1 whole power 1 plus 1 multiplied by the minor. Minor means eliminating the row and column in which the considered element lies. Eliminating that row and column, the remaining determinant of remaining submatrix, BC minus A square, CA, AB. That gives us BC minus A square. So, in this position, we get the cofactor of A. Similarly, cofactor of B is in this position because eliminating this one and this one, we get B square minus AC. Once you take this cofactor minus 1 whole power 1 plus 2 that we get, that's why we get minus here. So for that we get AC minus B square, this one. So by that observation, clearly B is nothing but the transpose of cofactor matrix, because once you consider the cofactor of B, that was obtained here, and cofactor of C is obtained here, and cofactor of B is obtained here, and cofactor of C is this one, cofactor of A is this one, like that. So B is clearly the transpose of cofactor matrix of A, because each and every element of A is replaced by their cofactors, and taking the transposition we get that one. So B is nothing but the transpose of cofactor matrix. Transpose of cofactor matrix of A. That should be observed here. So coming to solution. Clearly, B is cofactor matrix of A whole transpose. Once you replace each and every element of A by their corresponding cofactors, the obtained matrix is called cofactor matrix. The transpose of cofactor matrix is B here. That is, transpose of cofactor matrix of A is adjoint of A. So clearly given B as adjoint of A here. So therefore, first one, that B equal to, that B is determinant of adjoint of A. Determinant of adjoint A is det A whole square, 3 minus 1. Det A whole power n minus 1, where n is the order of the matrix. That is det A square. Det A square. Where det A is, where det A equal to determinant of that matrix A, B, C, and B, C, A, and C, A, B. A into BC minus A square minus B into, I am evaluating the determinant about first row, minus B into B square minus AC, B square minus AC, plus C into AB minus C square, which gives us 3ABC minus A square minus B square minus C square. So therefore det B equal to, therefore det B takes the value 3ABC minus A square minus B square minus C square whole square. This is the value of det B, determinant of B. Next one, we are in need of AB in the second case. The second case is product of A and B. Product of AB is A into adjoint A itself, because B is adjoint A. AB is into adjoint of A. We know that A into adjoint of A is det A into I. This is our formula. Since A into adjoint A equal to adjoint A into A equal to det A into I. So det A into I. So det A means here 3ABC minus A square minus B square minus C square into I, 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. This is our required product of A. Here the main point of this problem is this. Once you observe the elements of B, they are all cofactors of the elements of A, and B becomes transpose of cofactor matrix. So since the transpose of cofactor matrix is adjoint A, we get B as adjoint A. So the determinant of B is determinant of adjoint A itself. That gives us det A square. Based on the determinant of A itself, we get these values.